The title of this video is Explorations into the Realms of Divine Consciousness, Journeys through Advanced Meditation into Divine Creation. After an introductory discussion, this video transitions into an advanced guided meditation. So if you are listening while you're doing something else, you'll want to set aside some time a little bit later when you can meditate. The most important realizations that I have to share with you are conveyed through meditation, not just information. So many of my videos include both. Meditation in the second part of this video is designed to take you into very refined and deeply expanded levels of consciousness. This is an advanced form of meditation, which may require you to practice it numerous times to fully realize the consciousness shifts. When you think of the world that you live in, you usually think of there being 4 dimensions: 3 of space, which include length, width, and height, and 1 dimension of time. And this is the classical view of physics. However, back in the late 1960s, when I was studying physics in college, along came string theory, and they proposed 10 or 11 dimensions. So while the seeds were planted in 1968, string theory really didn't take off for another decade or two. And it came along with unifying physics more in the 1980s and the 1990s. But from a mathematical perspective, there really is no limit to the number of dimensions. You can have spaces with any number of dimensions, even in the thousands or millions or billions for that matter. And this comes a lot closer to many spiritual traditions. They speak of higher dimensions of consciousness, such as the 5th dimension, 6th, 7th, even up to the 12th dimension. Not as physical places, but really they are states of awareness or levels of reality. For example, 5D, or the 5th dimension, is often described as a shift into a reality of unity, love, and expanded perception. I agree. Where the subject of dimensions gets confusing, however, is that in spiritual traditions, there are subdimensions to each dimension. And therefore, there's an infinite number of subdimensions depending on the vibration and consciousness level of the beings that inhabit it. So let me explain a little bit of how this works. For instance, let's take the 5th dimension again. It's often described as a dimension where the inhabitants are loving. But when you go into the higher frequencies of the 5th dimension, you find the beings are unconditionally loving and have very little ego. They're not engaged in war or conflict, which sometimes happens in the lower vibrations of the 5th dimension. So from this latter perspective, you can consider the creation as being composed of billions of dimensions, or subplanes, or subfrequencies, or subdimensions. What is amazing is that we have access to all of the dimensions through consciousness. Now, to simplify the discussion, I'm going to break down the dimensions into just 4 major categories. The first realm and the first world is the 3-dimensional world that we live in. And it's the only place that most people are aware of. This is the world of the senses, the world you can see, touch, hear, smell, and taste. We call it the physical, material world. And most people think that this is all there is. That's all there is to existence. They live and die and never have an inkling that there's anything else. And yet the reality is that it's really only one tiny blip on a whole continuum of creation that encompasses countless other realities. The second realm is typically referred to as the unseen world, the world of angels and spirits and the heavenly realms. And it includes all the astral worlds. And that includes the dark underworlds, too, which some people refer to as hell or shadow worlds. And I know that many people don't believe in the existence of this realm, but other people are afraid it might exist. And yet millions have experienced this realm in near-death experiences, and millions more have experienced it in meditation. When you go above the second realm, you move into a more refined realm of the soul. So you have to tune yourself into a very refined place to perceive this realm. It's really not as much a realm of form as it is more of a realm of light and qualities such as profound beauty, happiness, love, fun, fulfillment, adventures, curiosity, exploration, bliss, euphoria, expansion, fulfillment, and a lot of things like that. Now, the soul can take on what's called a light body, and it will experience what I sometimes refer to as vertical evolution or vertical enlightenment, where you have a unity consciousness and non-dual awareness, like many people think of as enlightenment, but you also have some individuality without the separation. And so you are free to explore all the realms. And in fact, a term applied to enlightenment is liberation. And some of the implications in the use of that word go beyond just being free from the ego, but being free from all limitations, in which all the realms and all the dimensions are accessible to discover, and where you can explore and play in endlessly. The realm of your soul is where your true self lives. And you can readily understand that it's quite different from the third dimensional realm of form, which is what you experience day to day. So this in itself helps you to understand and explain why the soul doesn't seem to be directly involved in everyday life. The soul is not as concerned about your needs for food and shelter and your job and your relationships. And yet the very qualities of the soul can affect all of these. Now, there's one more general category beyond the soul, and I'm referring to that as the fourth realm, which is the realm of the absolute. And that's where I'm going to lead you in this meditation when we get to it. The one underlying unifying field in which all the other realms are sustained. It is a realm that is beyond qualities, beyond attributes, beyond words, beyond concepts, and it is a realm of oneness. Because of this nature, it is often said that the ultimate truth will never be put in words. Not because somebody's trying to hide it, it's just there's no conceptualization there. So how can you describe it with words? Words are conceptual. So this is a very refined realm where there are no attachments. It's very different from the dense everyday experiences that you have through the five senses. And therefore, the five senses can't relate to it. I have referred to it as a still point of consciousness, where you have consciousness and awareness, but no thoughts. There's just a quiet suspension in an ocean of stillness. And even with that explanation, which doesn't really quite grasp it, it is actually a most beautiful and fulfilling place. Well, you can't really call it a place. I don't know what word you put to it. State of consciousness, level of awareness. And you can actually get lost in this realm. And some people find that they don't want to come back. And I've actually meditated with groups in some of my retreats over the years where we would suspend there for hours at time on our watches. And we thought only a few minutes had passed when we returned to our normal state of awareness. It's very satisfying. Our task in life is to merge our experiences with all of the realms and learn how to hold the experience of the fourth realm and still be present here or in any other dimension. Sometimes this is said as being in the world but not of the world. And through meditation, you can bridge your consciousness through all four of the realms. All of these realms interpenetrate each other. But since they are differing frequencies, they can simultaneously exist in the same perceived location where you are, while being completely out of the awareness of the beings in all the other dimensions. So right where you are right now, the astral dimension is there. The dimension of spirits, angels, ascended masters, and all kinds of beautifully, highly evolved beings. They're right there, but you don't perceive them with your senses. So some people think they don't exist. There are all kinds of dimensions of existence where you can travel and explore, I think endlessly, probably for eternity if you chose to. And people will ask me, how do you know all this? Well, the same way you can know it. And that's what I'm going to help you discover in this meditation. Because of the incredible nature of our multidimensional reality, you're able to tune in to or be aware of any of these dimensions right from where you are. You don't have to travel anywhere. And this is similar to the way a TV set can be in one place in your living room, and yet it can be tuned to any of hundreds of channels that are being beamed to it, maybe from satellites or cables. So in this session, I want to be your guide, like a tour guide through the realms. With your consciousness, I know you can access any realm in existence. And as we travel, you'll find that you access more refined states. And the more you practice this, the better you'll get at it. The more the awareness of the deepest realities will be accessible to you. Now, one key I'd like to suggest is don't expect anything to be anything like what you have been taught or heard or imagined. This process works best if you leave all your expectations behind. I assure you it is perfectly safe. Nothing scary or harmful can possibly happen to you. You will be completely safe in these explorations. Your next adventure in consciousness will never be what you expect it to be. They'll think about it. You've never experienced it, so you really don't know what you've not yet experienced, no matter how much you might try to speculate about it or how much others may have tried to explain it. So you want to let go of any ideas you have about these four realms. Of course, you know the most about the physical realm because that's where you're living. In order to experience the fullness of what the meditation and the rest of the video is offering you, you must be willing to let go of all preconceived ideas and be completely relaxed and open to receive. So now, at this point, we're ready to go into the meditation. I suggest you find a place where you can rest comfortably and where you will be undisturbed for the rest of the video. You will not get the intended results of this guided meditation by just listening to it or while you're trying to do something else. You must be fully participant. So begin to focus your attention on your soul in the center of your chest. You can think of it as that warm, peaceful place that feels comfortable when you put your attention on it. And sometimes it does help to place one of your hands over the center of your chest so you can more easily attune to your heart center. And now, once you've done that, take a deep breath in through your nose and imagine breathing in light and love into the heart center. And then just notice how you feel as you are doing this. Notice where you feel tight and where you feel loose. As you exhale gently each time you breathe, exhale gently out your mouth and relax a little bit more than you were just before so that you keep releasing tension, release anything that you're holding on to, release any holding. The idea is to be as relaxed as possible and so that nothing is distracting you. And then gently begin to silently repeat a word or a phrase that helps you connect most easily and deeply with God and your inner truth. For some people, it might be a name of God, such as Father or Mother God. And when you say the word, you put an emphasis on the ah sound. The ah sound has been found to actually help open the heart chakra. So in the case of the word Father, you intend to connect with God as a Father, as in the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, who art in heaven. Or in the case of the word Mother, as attunement to the divine feminine aspect of God. Some of you might like to try repeating names like Rama, or Allah, or Buddha, or just the word love, or one, or the word Alleluia. Notice all the ah sounds. And in other cases, a phrase such as I feel God will help with making a spiritual connection. If you're unsure of what to pick, then pick on something that you might have used before or any of the suggestions I just made. Your intention is what is really important. The word is really more like a vehicle to help you connect with your intention. So then you repeat the word slowly while you continue listening to my guidance. And you pause for a few seconds between each repetition. And even if you don't feel anything, by holding the intention, you engage a process that causes an awakening to begin. In time, you will begin to feel a little shift of energy, or what some call presence, within you. Whenever you make a request, the universe always responds. You may feel more relaxed, or some might notice a little bit of a tingling somewhere. Some people will say they feel lighter. Some feel warmth. Some feel a noticing feeling of deep, peaceful comfort. A sense that everything is okay. Allow yourself now to just soften and be open to receive the presence and light of the soul in response to this practice and these requests. Set your desire to receive, not to receive any particular experience, but an openness. It's much like opening to receive a breath as you inhale. It's setting your intention and allowing the flow of light and the soul to emerge in your heart and allow the light to deepen and to keep radiating more and more light. You're not trying to make anything happen or make anything go away. This meditation and the process in it is a relaxed process of receiving. So just notice your body, your sensations, your feelings, and allow yourself to relax. Now, sometimes as you do this process, memories will arise, and you haven't thought of some of these in a very long time. So you may become aware of feelings or questions or doubts and wondering what is happening and what's going to happen next. Your mind tries to construct a story with limited information. It's not unusual to have some inner voices that say things like, "You'll never get this. You'll never get it. It won't work for you. No, you're not doing it right. There must be something wrong with you. What's he talking about anyway?" These are natural voices that arise in the first realm of consciousness, and that has to do with the three-dimensional world that we live in. And your mind, which analytically operates through the senses, tries to make sense of what it doesn't have an experience with. You live in the world of the senses, the world you can see, touch, hear, smell, taste. It's what you normally think about and the emotions you feel in your day-to-day life and business that make up what is experienced in this material realm. This is also a realm of the ego and your personality, both of which were created by your mind somewhere in your past, basically as a means of survival and trying to feel safe. And while you continue repeating the word that you've chosen, you do it as a soft whisper. And notice any sensation while not trying to make anything happen. You're only observing. You're repeating the word. You're tuning into what you are experiencing. And there's no wrong way to do this. Whatever happens is fine. Even if you don't feel anything and you think nothing is happening, that's fine too. You may be aware of nothing more than the fact that you are breathing and experiencing a physical existence. But in some other cases, on occasion, you may be aware of more specific sensations. Just keep whispering your word, relaxing and observing. And just notice what's going on, slowly repeating the word and observing. And now you can stop repeating the word and give yourself permission to travel to the next realm. And you do this by holding the intention to go deeper inside and behind where you are now. Say to yourself, I give myself permission to enter the second realm where angels and beings of light live. I allow myself to attune to the heavenly realm of light. And I am open to receive divine guidance in this realm of light. tune into the peace, the light, the love in the second realm. You're opening to what is below the surface of your senses and what your conscious mind normally occupies itself with. In other words, what is happening in the subtle realm, below the thoughts, below the feelings, below the senses, and below what is going on in your day-to-day life. This process is not about doing. It is attuning to something deeper. You may have a sensation that you are crossing from one place to another, into a place of peace. You may see colors. You may sense and see or perceive beauty. This realm is different from the physical world, and to enter it, you may sense that you are moving through a threshold, or a doorway, or passing through a curtain or veil. This is a very subtle shift, so don't be looking for a surge. It is more of a gentle floating into an awareness of what is below the surface of your conscious awareness. It's a little bit like entering into a dream state or a fantasy land in your imagination. You are floating as you move into a finer frequency land of color and light. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet and loving, more so than where you were before. And you're moving into a deeper inner space. Just relax and allow it to happen. And have a very slight relaxed intention to explore a little deeper, to attune into a deeper, more refined place that is very peaceful and relaxed. And you might notice you gently become aware of different, more subtle qualities. It's like going beneath the surface of the ocean, where on the surface you have wind and waves and birds flying and other sights and sounds, while below the surface it's very calm, and there are different sights and sounds and sensations. So just let your intention and your breath carry you as you intend to move more deeply. Now take note of what it is like. You might have a different kind of thoughts, different kind of feelings. Some thoughts and feelings may not be directly related to your physical life. You're leaving that behind for just a little while. So you may have questions. You may have curiosity and you want to explore. This is a more refined realm of astral creations. And in this realm, you may become aware of people you've known in the past, or places you have been, or perhaps even fantasy lands. Let your imagination travel to any memories or experiences. This second realm is an entire realm of encompassing many possibilities. So just allow your mind to explore and be aware. And if you are visual, you may see interesting things that draw your attention. Let yourself pursue them. You may perceive a different type of image or color from what you normally see when you're fully and wide awake. But just hold a gentle intention to tune into the realm below the physical. You may simply be noticing you're feeling a little more relaxed than you were before. And that's because this realm is more subtle. It is more peaceful. The energy has more of a smooth feeling. And there is an ease about your awareness entering here. You may also find that you're aware of thoughts and questions or feelings. Either way is okay, it doesn't matter. Everyone has their own experiences in these inner realms. So whatever you're experiencing is okay. This second realm, which you could also call the astral realm or the fourth dimension, is the unseen world where you may find angels, or you may see spirit guides. You might also encounter friends or loved ones and pets who have passed on. But these typically resemble something like dream worlds. It's a bit different in the way you relate to these experiences. If you experience a perception of a person or a being, and you would like to deepen into that experience, just make a request for it to continue, or for it to come closer, or communicate with you in a way that you can understand. Everyone naturally has these realms within them and the ability to become aware of them. Everyone is capable of traveling into this realm. Just make note of what it feels like in here, and think of a word or a phrase that you could say to yourself that would describe to you what your experience is in this realm. And now that you have attuned to the second realm, you're also already beginning to naturally move to the third realm, which is the realm of the soul. So just let yourself very gently float deeper behind where you are now, going a little deeper inside, holding intentions to connect with the soul. This is a very gentle, easy intention to feel your soul. And it is a more refined realm of light. And there are qualities here. You may even perceive the soul visually and see what it looks like. And you'll find it probably looks a little bit like an angel. Because the soul can inhabit a soul body or a light body. And you might notice it looks very youthful, vital, pure, clear, clean, alive. The soul realm is a realm of light, and there are qualities such as profound sensations of beauty. You feel very contented and fulfilled here. Of course, it is a place of love. The soul is made out of love. And so it's a very enjoyable experience. You feel happy. You might also feel fulfilled and expanded. You might find that the soul is considerably larger than your physical body. But one of the most noticeable underlying sensations is a very deep level of peace. And so all of these are possible in this third realm. Think of yourself as floating in light. You're surrounded by light everywhere. You might perceive it as a clear light or a white light, but you feel very safe and secure in this light, and you can go deeper into it very gently, asking to experience what are some of the qualities of the soul. What does the soul have for you to feel and understand? Because this is where the soul or your higher self lives, you would expect it would be quite different from the third dimensional realm of form that you live in day to day. It's also even a little bit different from the astral realm. So just let yourself have permission to very gently float deeper into this soul realm, very gently into the realm of the soul. It's very peaceful and quiet. You may see other souls that look like angels. You may notice that space is bigger and more open and expanded, and you feel expanded. You feel more spacious and light. You are filled with light. You are experiencing a very deep level of peace. And keep holding an intention to float into and merge into this realm of the soul, to feel what it feels like. What does it feel like where your soul lives? You may experience a gentleness or a holiness or a sacredness as you explore this realm. Because these are qualities of your own soul. There is an innocence, a purity, a preciousness, and you can allow yourself to explore in this realm and take it all in. And you may see other souls, you may see angels, you may encounter ascended masters in this place. As you move into and experience the soul, you are touching your own divinity. So it does have a very special, holy, sacred kind of a quality about it. And you can experience your core essence here as love and light. And now, let's keep traveling even further and going even deeper and deeper into the fourth inner realm. So you allow yourself and your awareness to move through this place and enter into the realm behind the soul, a deeper place, going to the fourth realm. The fourth realm is the realm of the absolute, the one underlying unifying field in which all the other realms are sustained. Give yourself permission to keep transiting through the realms, moving into a more relaxed, more peaceful, more spacious, and more refined state of awareness. Let yourself very gently float deeper behind where you are now. Much like floating safely and peacefully in the depths of outer space. There's no planet or star around you. You're just floating in space, and you feel safe and secure. It's very quiet, very peaceful, but also very comfortable. The fourth realm is a state of awareness of the absolute. This realm is beyond words. It's beyond concepts. It is a realm of oneness and divine presence. And it's a very refined realm that feels very expanded and spacious. You are aware, you are conscious, and yet there are no thoughts. There's nothing to identify with or attach to. And yet, despite all of that, it feels like home. It is very different from the dense, everyday experience you have with the five senses, and therefore the five senses can't relate to it. And the mind might be trying to figure it out. Give yourself permission to let go of the need to figure it out. And let yourself very gently float deeper behind where you are and keep going as if you are traveling into the depths of outer space. Very gently, very peacefully. And just know that you are with your soul and it will guide you. This is a realm where you expand into a vast spaciousness and peace. It's like floating in a clear expanse of space all around you that is very still and very peaceful. Just allow your higher innate intelligence to lead you and guide you, taking you deeper into the realization of all of the truth of existence. Keep going deeper and deeper, letting go of all need to think, allowing your identity to disappear. You are just a point of consciousness, no longer having a body, and yet floating and feeling completely comfortable and at home. You are complete. You are whole. You are accepted. You'll notice that everything around you is very still, and you are disappearing into space beyond the sense of a separate self. This is the presence of I am consciousness. You are at the core of all creation, with the Creator. Allow yourself to be absorbed into the spacious fourth realm of consciousness. Find a sense of what it is like here, but without using your mind. Just be with the experience, floating in emptiness, and yet noticing that you are fully accepted, loved, and even embraced and held. In this fourth realm, The experience tends to be indescribable. It is a dimension of existence that has no attributes or limits. It contains a realization of infinite possibilities. But it is a place that is perfectly still. So let go of any preconceived ideas of how it ought to be. And also let go of any questions or doubts. And let go of any need to control the process. It's a state of being. There's no doing. This fourth realm is the unified field of oneness or consciousness that underlies all perceptions and manifestations. And when you are in this realm of consciousness, you realize you are the field of awareness. You are that I am. So make the request to merge and integrate your experience with the realm, to bring every cell of consciousness into all aspects of your brain and nervous system and your body, so that you are all absorbed, and recognize that all of those are projections from this place or from this realm. All of it is an illusion, and yet when you are in the illusion, it is your experience of reality. And so you are an aspect of this core essence of consciousness. This is the ocean of consciousness of God from which you were born. This is where you began. This is where your soul came into creation, out of an impulse of love for you to be. So you can allow yourself to realize it, not maybe to understand it so much with the mind, but to accept it, to be it. To help you experience it a little bit more, as you breathe into your heart center and bring in light, imagine that you are opening your heart like giant doors opening, allowing a greater capacity to receive more grace, more love, more light, and more realization of awareness itself, to experience and awaken to the consciousness of this underlying reality. And to help you even more with that, you can acknowledge that you are moving into a place of deep surrender, letting go of everything that might hold you into any form of limitation. They are not who you are. They are certainly not part of the soul. They're not part of your awareness. You may have thought they were who you are, but they are not. And from this realm of consciousness, you can better appreciate this truth, that you are a manifestation that comes out of this realm into a manifest reality. And in order to help you to realize this more fully, You keep expanding your heart space to open more and more, and hold the intention that whatever is keeping you from opening and receiving is now dissolving into the oneness and the emptiness and the stillness of the fourth realm. Give yourself permission to open and let go, allowing your heart to open like a flower to receive the generous flow of light and love that God and the universe offers you. Hold an intention to integrate a deeper level of love and awareness. As you exhale each breath gently out your mouth, give yourself permission for everything in your mind to melt away, as if your body has dissolved into this divine presence of love and light, suspended in this vast expanse of space. And you'll notice that it feels wonderful. And you want to go even deeper. This is the gateway to heaven. This is a pathway to peace. Remember, Jesus said that the kingdom of God is within you and accessible to you as you give yourself permission to feel and sense the divine presence in you, around you, and through you. The process is a little similar to opening to receive a gift. As real as if I were standing before you, presenting you with a gift, and your heart and arms are open to receive it. Feel yourself surrendering to receive a precious gift of love, light, and presence from God, from the universe, from the core of this fourth realm. All you have to do is open to receive. Allow awareness of your divine nature of love and light to flood through you with the magnificent love and light of creation from the Creator. Receive even deeper as you open more. This is really an effortless process of allowing and opening more and more to receive. So what could be easier? You just say yes to receive what God and the universe want to give you. And as you open to receive, you absorb the treasures and the fullness of grace and divine presence. You experience the joyfulness, the love, and the fulfillment of God. Accepting it, receiving it, and it expands all through you. The most important part of this meditation is opening yourself to receive. And as you receive, you'll feel yourself vibrating and absorbing the light. You'll feel yourself lifting up as your soul and spirit ascend in frequency and vibration. And you transmute your body and mind into high states of being. This is your resurrection and your ascension. You effortlessly rise higher, and you automatically dissolve all negative experiences, karma, and emotions from all lives, including all past lives, clearing and cleansing your causal body and filling it with pure light, pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure love. All previous oaths, vows, commitments, agreements have been neutralized and released, and they simply await you updating any of them according to your current beliefs, realizations, and desires. But you no longer need to live based on any old contracts. Renew them all from a new place of love and light. And now this opens you to miracles, more so than you have ever been. All you have to do is hold the goal of what you wish to manifest and create. And the more open you are to receive this awareness, the infinite intelligence, the awesome power that created life everywhere, expresses itself through you with manifestations that reflect your desires and holy intentions. Allow yourself to agree, yes, I want to feel the love, peace, and good manifestations through my life, and to bring this into all of my relationships. I declare I am open to receive all the blessings of good and wonderful gifts that God and the universe have for me. I declare I am open to receive all the blessings of good and wonderful gifts God and the universe have for me. And as you practice this type of meditation, you will find that the reality of the higher realms becomes more and more a part of you. When you have a deepening of these experiences, you come to know the reality that underlies all experiences and perceptions. You come to know, without a doubt and with certainty, what the reality of God feels like. You come to know God in a very personal way because you have a direct experience and you come to know what it feels like. So I invite you, practice this type of meditation so it can become a natural part of your reality. So you can build the presence of God inside your full being. So you don't have to struggle to realize and feel the presence. With practice, the divine presence becomes an immediate part of your reality and becomes easily accessible. And I know with certainty that you are capable of touching this place and living in it. I know you can experience this because it is already present in you and with you, just waiting to rise to the surface of your experience and awareness. So bring all of this feeling and realization of truth with you as you emerge from this state, and begin by stretching and moving around, perhaps rubbing your arms and your face, as you feel yourself fully entering into your normal aware state of the first realm of physical experience, fully returning completely into everyday consciousness, fully present, wide awake, here and now. Until next time, be aligned and attuned to the wonderful divine presence that lives within you. I am Jonathan Parker.